What's going on, guys? Failed to listen. Welcome back to more Failed Thoughts, and in this video, we are going to talk about how I'm no longer optimistic about this Nintendo Switch thing. I tried to remain as optimistic as I possibly could. I really did. But $300? $300 really? Really, Nintendo? Is this really happening? I'll come back to that in a second, because there are two positives. Zelda, they finally did talk about the thing right there at the end of the presentation, and it is coming at launch. And I was beginning to worry just a little bit. I'm like, are they going to talk about Zelda? Is this really going to miss launch by a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months, maybe more or something? That would be awful. So at least there's going to be like one must-play game if you're a Super Nintendo diehard. I mean, if you're not a Nintendo diehard, I can't really see how they gave anybody any reason to run out and buy this thing day one. If you're not a Nintendo diehard, it's probably not going to happen. But the Mario Odyssey, that looked incredible. But then they were like, oh, holiday 2017. If that game had been there at launch, along with the Zelda, that would have been one of the better launch for a consoles ever. I mean, I would say that it would be, even with just two games, because you know that Mario game isn't going to suck. The Zelda game isn't going to suck. Both are going to be amazing games, again, especially if you're a Nintendo diehard, but $300. This is just going back to older videos I made, but let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. $300 isn't really a lot of money for a console, although in the case of the Switch, that it is a lot of money for the console. Given the hardware, it's a lot of money. Now, to me, it's also a lot of money if you're sort of a console-only gamer, or maybe you just sort of have a really good PC and buy consoles for some of the exclusives. I mean, it's gonna depend on the person. It's gonna vary from person to person, but especially if you're a console-only gamer, I mean, if you're still on the fence and you haven't got the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and now you've waited to see what Nintendo is gonna do, I think the decision is probably pretty obvious for a lot of those people, or even the people that were maybe considering jumping over and making the Switch, pun intended, from their current PS4 and Xbox One. Those owners, those current owners, they're probably looking at the whole thing and laughing now, like, man, there's no way I would ever go over to that and ask my friends and family to do the same. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Do I feel like this thing is going to be a complete failure? Well, I don't know, man. A lot of this seems very Wii and Wii U-esque, to be honest. It does. It really does. You kind of feel bad. You really do. Like, you feel bad because it's Nintendo and you don't want to see anything happen to Nintendo. You don't want to see them fail. You don't want to see them go under. You don't want to see them do anything that we just haven't seen them do. But like, this is the road. This is the path that they're on, and they've been on for some time now. After watching that presentation, I'm like, man, Nintendo gonna Nintendo. That's all I really could say to myself and my friends. We were watching together. I couldn't think of anything else to say. Nintendo gonna Nintendo. I think I got one friend on my Steam list that I was talking to that's pretty excited for the thing. My buddy King, he's pretty excited. He's probably going to run out and buy it day one or something. I don't know. But I'm not going to be getting this thing anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. I am not getting this thing. I mean, Zelda, I'm sure it's a great game, but like once I'm done with that, it's going to collect dust until like maybe the Mario game or something else. So, and I think you could probably argue that's a lot of people, especially if you're like a multi-console owner. $300 to play Zelda, and then you're back on your PS4 or your Xbox One or your PC or something. So, oh man, disaster. And those poses that those guys were doing on stage, cringe. Fucking cringe. I want to believe that was on purpose. I want to believe that like they want people to see how stupid it is and start posting these GIFs and stuff out on Twitter and different gaming forums and stuff. And you know there's going to be a Krobcat video. I think that's his name. I'm subscribed to him. You know he's going to have a field day with this presentation. I will leave a link to his channel. That guy makes some entertaining stuff for sure and doesn't say a damn word. I can't remember a video where he ever spoke or anything like that. So he's going to have a field day. I'm having a field day of my own right now, just kind of like in this video and in my head thinking, I told myself so. I told a lot of you guys so. It doesn't look good. Some people are going to say, oh, the haters were going to hate, and people were going to say whatever they were going to say, even if this thing was a complete beast and had a crazy launch lineup. No, you are so far off. Couldn't be further from the truth, at least in my case. I would have praised the presentation and praised the platform if there was more to look forward to. I'm only speaking for myself, but I think I'm speaking for a lot of gamers as well, millions of gamers that just won't be making the switch. Again, pun intended. So that's it. That's my rant. That's how I feel. The whole presentation was just awful. One of the worst presentations ever. It might be right up there, if not worse, than the Sony E3 2006. But like that one's got to the point where it was so bad it's good. This one is just, God, it's bad. It's bad. I didn't see anyone on Twitter that I'm following or anything have any good things to say. Most of the people had negative things to say or were just pretty on the whole presentation. It just, I don't know. The reception doesn't appear to be good, Nintendo. I'm letting you know. I'm sure you know now because something in the negative light happened with your stock. So that's unfortunate. The whole thing is just unfortunate, but they do this to themselves. They do it to themselves. And even though, like I said, even though you feel bad, they do it. They do it to themselves. And that's my video. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. The continued support. You guys have a good one. Peace.
Fucking manhunt on us.